My name is Jeff Banks. I'm one of the designers at Debenhams, and what I'd like to talk about are black tie dinner suits. Now, the black tie dinner suit actually comes from military clothing. 2 centuries ago, when military men went into the mess of an evening, they took off their bright red uniform or khaki uniform jackets and put on a black jacket. They then wore a black tie, inverted commas, to match the black jacket. So that's where the expression comes from. This one that I've designed is in the studio collection, so it's got the same kind of fit as my studio suits, which is quite narrow on the shoulder, narrow on the sleeve, narrow through the body. I've lifted the waistline, so it's quite a short jacket, but it's got little touches of kind of black tie about it. So instead of a full satin lapel, what I've done here is just take the edging of the lapel in padded satin, so you get a feeling of luxury. It's a single button, but the single button is in matching satin. Again, this is worn with a slim tie, which is a kind of trend that's been coming out of Hollywood. So this is a very sort of modern approach to it. And also I've finished this off here with a touch on the trouser, where in military tailoring you would have satin stripes down military trousers. I've done exactly the same thing, put 2 rows of satin, but they actually divide around the pocket for a fairly slick look. Okay, this is the other shape of black tie suit that I do. It's based on our black label block, so it's slightly wider in the shoulder, slightly fuller through the waist, slightly fuller on the chest, so it's a slightly more conservative black tie suit. We used to do a full satin lapel. This one's now just got a satin edging to the lapel, which is kind of a move on. It's 2 buttons single-breasted. The buttons are covered in satin, and also the pocket flaps are satin as well. The trouser has got a single black satin stripe on the side, and this is worn with a wing collar shirt. Now, up until about 10 years ago, the wing collar shirt was only worn with a white tie. But again, fashion's moved on, so guys are now wearing a wing collar with a pleated front, perfectly okay, and of course the traditional black tie.